Today we're going to make some ribs. I'm going to try something a little new. I make up some Cajun seasoning. I rubbed it down with that. Last night I put them in my basic AP, salt, pepper, and garlic. Let them sit overnight in the refrigerator. And as usual, I came out. I started my fire. I brought it up to temp. Brought the meat up to room temperature, and then I doctored them up with the rest of the seasoning. Put them on. Now we're going to go with the 3-2-1 method. We're going to go 3 hours on the smoke, 2 hours in the foil, and 1 hour back on getting crust. Now, I ain't never tried to make comp ribs before, so let's see how this turns out together. Alright everybody, please forgive me, this video is so late. Took an hour cut at work, so I'm working on getting a second job. But I'm going to try and put out as much content as possible. I promise, stick with me. Don't run off. Cooking with a fat man will always be here. Today we've got St. Louis style ribs. I like these because they're a straighter cut. And you can see that's a pretty package of ribs for 10 bucks. So let's get it out of the package. Trim the fat a little bit. Let's see what we got going on in here. I got a new set of knives from my mother. They're working out great. I got a nice butcher's chef's knife. That one right there is a boning knife, which I use it to trim the fat and apparently fumble with the packaging. There's a couple more things I messed up at the end of this video because we had to make a trip to the hospital. I didn't get the final pictures that I wanted to of it. My brother shows up in the middle of it. You'll see he's brought a brisket, so we put it on with him. Let's trim up some fat here. So it's kind of hectic. My brother, his kids showed up. My best friend and his kids and wife showed up. And we had a good old eating fest around here. 2 racks of ribs and a brisket, some sides. It was a good day. Now looking at this side of it, look at that pretty meat. Nice fat marbling in it. And I'm gonna pat the moisture off of it. And you can't see it, obviously. I'm gonna cut some of the fat off. The end had a little bit more fat on it where I'm pointing at. Let's go ahead and get that off. Now, I didn't take all of it off, I just took most of it because I wanted some fat to render down. Like I said, this side was real pretty. It's the other side I trimmed little bits and pieces off of. Both racks looked about the same. Yeah, see, fold that little skin flat back. Now here's comes the trick. There's a whole layer of gray skin there. And what you want to do to get that off, which I obviously forgot to get out, so I had to take a glove off, get a butter knife out. Trim some more fat. It's just little pieces, like right there where the knife is, I cut little bits of that off, which I could have left it on, it wouldn't hurt nothing. I just wanted to make it pretty. Yeah, up underneath there wasn't too bad of fat. Now, Yeah, right there. Forgot to get a butter knife out. So I gotta take a glove off so I can get in the drawer and get a butter knife on. Out, put another glove back on. Peeling this gray skin off is really simple. First couple of times I did it, I messed up and ripped it, so I had to do it in 2-3 spots. But after you get the hang of it, it's simple. All I do is get down on a bone, tap it right there where the bone is, and I'll slide that butter knife right up underneath that gray skin. And I'll work it in there real good and deep, and then I'll pry it up. Now, it's a little slippery, so if you grab a paper towel, grab a hold of this skin, it'll just peel right off, one strip. Let's see if I pull it off here. Get my big head out the way. Oh yeah, I was working that skin. Get my paper towel for traction. Get up under there, get a hold of it, and then pull. Oh, nope. You can see where I messed up right off the bat there. That's all right, I think I get it next pull. I know, I tried a new camera angle and, well, as you can see, my big head floats in the way. Is that gray? Alright, let's get a hold of this again. Oh yeah, one sheet right there, look at that. People say you can leave that skin on the back. I don't, I think it's a little tougher. So I'd rather peel it off and put some seasoning underneath. So we're going to start out with a little light brown mustard, not a bunch, just enough, because all this is a binder. You're not going to taste mustard after I cook them. You're going to taste the seasoning. It's going to be delicious. Makes me feel good when I get compliments on my ribs. And these fall apart. There's that seasoning I was talking about, Cajun style. Again, I'll make a video of nothing but seasonings and spices and sauces and put all what's in them and how I make them, but make it yours. Make it however you want to make it. I just tried something a little different today. I wanted a little bit more bite, but it didn't cook in like it was Cajun bite. It was delicious. I watch Sam the Cooking Guy on YouTube as well. I follow him, and he has a saying that I've learned to live by. It's called, stop cooking boring. You do something, make it yours. So I try to incorporate that into mine, and I tell everybody the same thing. If you're bored with it, do something different. You can see my pan's shorter than my ribs. That's the biggest pan I got. So I put a piece of foil down so as to keep the stove clean, keep the boss happy. Now we're going to season this side. Remember, liberal. Get the sides, get the edges, take the time. Get seasoning everywhere, up under that flap of skin. Don't be shy with it. Hell, if you run out, stop, make more. The meat and fire ain't going nowhere. And one of these times I might try injecting ribs. I've heard it very rarely, but these came out real good. So I think I'll keep doing them these way. Let's flip it back over to the meat side, because that's the side that's going to stay up and be pretty. Touch up where my hand was. I'll do the same thing when I put it on the grill. Now let's do the other rack and get it on. Get some smoke in the air. Alright, what I forgot to mention was that last one was the next day. They sat in the fridge overnight. Of course, in my AP, that's what you saw, the little pepper and salt. Through the magic of editing, I had to go make another drink. Now, let's make some fire. I just wanted to put in there a second of, look at that beautiful smoke just pouring out the sides. Oh yeah, she gonna be good. All right, temperature's about 250, right where I want it. Let's get these ribs on and touch up the seasoning that I smudge and let it roll. Pack number one. Yes, she does. Pack number two. Glove off. All right, time to get some baste on it. You want her to dry out. I got the rest of the Cajun seasoning that I put in there. Some apple juice and some apple cider vinegar. So I'm just gonna keep these nice and moist. I would put that in a spritzer, but I don't have one. So I'm just gonna drizzle it over with my mop. Trying not to sweep off all the seasonings. Do that a couple more times. About every 45 minutes. Alright, a little bit before my 3 hours of smoking is up, I'm going to go inside, I'm going to make up some foil packs. Now, I watched Malcolm Reed do this, and I thought I'd try it. Shout out to Malcolm Reed. So what he does, you take a nice little bit of butter up and down in the middle. I sprinkle brown sugar over the top of it. And then, alright, now I'm going to drizzle some honey up and down both sides of that butter. About a half-inch bead. I had a friend that got me some fresh honey. I mean, still got the hive in the jar. And eventually I'm going to get tired of this spoon and just start pouring out of the jar. And then I'm going to take the ribs and I'm going to lay them meat side down. That's the curve down onto it. And then I'm going to wrap it up tight and I'm going to stick it on the grill meat side down for the next 2 hours. And then I'm going to take them out of the foil for the last hour and put them back meat side up to create that bark. Oh, it's going to be great. My brother came over. Say hi, Matt.
Hello.
He brought his brisket he's been working on. I'm still working on the ribs. I'll put down in the pull down how I did it. Matt, tell them where they can find you.
Matthew Parent Sr. on YouTube. Yum, yum, yum.
Anybody else they need to check out?
Oh yeah, I am Texta. Like, subscribe, and Dark House.
Fantastic. About ready to pull this shit off and eat. Alright, this is coming up on the last hour. Look at that beautiful bark. Alright, What you can't see is over there beside the ribs, I have a pot of my barbecue sauce. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glaze one of them with my barbecue sauce. That way it can get nice and caramelized and sticky. So I got one sticky and one not. One barbecue on the side. That looks amazing. Let's cut this stuff up. And as usual, thank y'all for watching. Come back and see us now.